Sticking out my fro with my fist comb. I got a tab.
Too much.
Yeah. Hey, welcome everyone to another week of Bros Talk Football. I'll be your host tonight. My name is Ace, and you can follow me on my Instagram and Twitter handle. Boom, it's Ace. Here's my other bro, Dre.
What's up, Andre Dre Gothams down there, Instagram and Twitter as well. Follow me. House Martell is my squad, but before we get into the results, guess we'll kick it over to our other bro.
Boom! What's up, y'all? John, JB Trey on Twitter, and DC_Buckethead on Instagram, also known as Make It Wayne in the Bros Talk Football Leagues, and we're still making it Wayne.
So it was a big week this week. Our two bros went head to head.
It was Bro v Bro Part Duex.
Which one was it? House Martell? Was it Make It Wayne? Make It Wayne? House Martell. And the winner is...
Here, Andre wins.
Oh yeah! I'm the winner!
This guy.
Yeah, oh man, it got really close. Came down to Monday Night Football. Le'Veon Bell needed 30 points. I was like one touchdown pass away.
Basically.
Because he needed like 6 more yards and like probably 6 points for a touchdown, and that I would have won, but wasn't in the cards. So I got yet another loss. House Martell is struggling. But
3-game losing streak.
these are the breaks, and then the worst thing, losing to Andre is just heartbreaking. Absolute heartbreak. But I mean, that's what happens when you have to start Andy Dalton. I don't know what happened to him. Someone was telling me at the start of the season, draft Andy Dalton because he has AJ Green. I guess that was his only reason.
But did he have AJ Green last game? Because he's on my bench.
Okay, he didn't have AJ Green, so he's been sucking, and then all season he's been poo body anyways.
Golly, Mr. Peabody, this is terrible.
So you know that was.
Did you start Kirk Cousins when he had 5 interceptions?
Hey, it's about you guys right here.
Then yeah, I gotta bring up old stuff. But yeah, so that's what happened to my squad. I mean, I had a nice pickup with Shane Vereen. I was liking Shane Vereen and Brandon LaFell from last week. LaFell didn't do that great. I mean, you saw it. There's a lot of spreading around the ball. But Shane Vereen is definitely a guy people need to pay attention to because he's getting a lot of looks. He's one of those running backs that gets a lot of those dump-offs, a lot of those passes.
Ridley's out for the season.
And Ridley's been out for the season for, I guess, the past week. So that's a big thing right now in the league. It looks like with like Matt Forte, Shane Vereen, trying to think of other guys like Jamal Charles. These running backs that are getting dump-offs and little screen passes, that's a big thing for the PPR leagues and catches, touchdowns, yards.
Absolutely.
It's been huge. So I couldn't beat Make It Wayne, much to my chagrin. But, you know, what are you going to do? When you're playing Teflon Andre, sometimes stuff like that's going to happen.
How'd your team do, though?
I did a little tinkering myself. Picked up Ronnie Hillman. Had a really solid game, 23 points for me, 2 touchdowns, like 70 rushing yards and a couple receptions, so he blew for me. Matt Ryan is officially benched.
That's it, pal. You are out of here!
I started Phillip Rivers, who's having an MVP type season. You know, doing well.
MVP?
MVP.
Is that
MTV?
most terrible player?
Most valuable, terrible? What?
The MTV?
No, that's a channel.
Like the most musical player?
Anyways, so Rivers is getting a start, but he might not play this week just because the Chargers play my Broncos, so I don't want to root against my Broncos.
You like the Broncos?
Yeah.
Just playing.
Yeah. Apparently you don't. You traded away Demaryius Thomas.
Whammy!
No, he traded Demetrius Thomas.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the guy who has him now is getting 40 points a game, so I'm sure he's happy.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, back to my victory.
I won!
No, I'm just kidding. Well, AJ Green's been out. He's been kind of hurt, so that kind of hurt. And I started Sammy Watkins just because I had no other wide receiver. Vincent Jackson was on a bye. It worked out for me.
That guy is the damn devil.
It worked out for me.
Him and his dreads. It's like Predator 2. Just dreads flapping everywhere.
Yeah. So that worked out for me. I went with Andre Williams instead of Ahmad Bradshaw. That's when the tinkering went wrong.
Well, you still won. You know?
I mean, yeah.
What does that feel like?
Goes wrong. But I do have one loss on the season. I should be undefeated, but last week I did lose.
Last week.
Last week I lost.
Well, yeah, they already saw that, right?
Yeah, I mean. Well,
Oh, wait, we didn't have a video last week?
No,
we did one last week, I think.
I mean, we did a video, but we didn't show you guys my loss, which I'm fine with. You know, it was when Ace had the loser bowl.
We haven't played yet.
No, yeah, Loser Bowl was last week.
Loser bowl was last week because
And
I
the
also
whole
lost.
thing about the Loser Bowl was if Ace lost, he'd have to take his shirt off. I remember that distinctly.
That he guaranteed a win.
That wasn't in my contract.
No, okay.
Wait.
It was definitely in the contract,
Bro.
and it happened.
Bro,
And,
rule number 4, bro. Never get a Raider.
well, that's a pending rule, but
Pending
one thing I do
rule number
know
4.
was last week,
You guaranteed a win.
it got pretty weird.
Really weird. Why'd you still have a shirt on?
I'm not taking off my shirt, dude.
But you lost the loser bowl.
What you gotta do?
Never made any arrangement of taking off my shirt.
We could run back the tape.
I don't think they want to watch my shirt.
You lost.
I-
You guaranteed a win.
Here, you want to take off? Here. I'll take off my shirt. Here.
Bro.
Here. You want
That-
the shirt off?
That's what
There you go. Here you go. That's what you want, huh?
That's how it should be.
That's what you
That's
want.
how it should be.
Maybe you want this off too, huh?
Whoa.
Okay, moving forward. Okay. Speaking of Raiders, I am now the Raiders of our fantasy football league because I am still winless. 0-6.
You
It feels
can't beat anybody.
it feels really, really good.
0-7.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. 0-6.
Yeah.
man.
Bro,
Nothing happened last week.
0-7.
Last
bro.
week got
I'm
weird.
6-1, bro.
Well, okay, I'm 0-7. I lost,
Weird.
but I made another trade.
What?
I made another trade. I'm trying to get that W. I traded off Matt Stafford and Reggie Bush.
Okay.
In return, I got Marcus Colston back.
Come to the
He came back to me, and I also got the hot Tony Romo.
Hansel. So hot right now. Hansel.
So Tony Romo produced for me. And
Very attractive.
Yeah.
Very hot. I agree
What?
with
No.
Marcus
I
Colston
agree.
balled too.
Did you start him?
No, he was on my bench.
Such a waste.
Did you start a Raider?
Yeah, I started a Raider.
Rule number 4.
Andre Holmes, he's been on a tear. Derek Carr, rookie quarterback, has been looking at James Jones, Andre Holmes. Someone already has James Jones, so I went for.
McFadden was looking pretty good.
Yeah, he looked really
He
good.
looked like he
Run-
had some of his
run
old school
DMC.
speed back, but
I'm trying new things here. But I also picked up Beckham Jr. from the Giants.
oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Odell Beckham.
Because Donnell is more like donut.
No, not really. From a winner, you don't really know anything. No. The Giants.
Sorry, what's your record?
0-6.
7.
Victor Cruz is out for the season, so they have to look for another wide receiver.
They had
Odell Beckham Jr. looks like that person that's going to be stepping in, so I know he's still kind of widely available. I know a lot of people picked him up. A lot of people picked up Preston Parker as well because he was going to be in a slot too. But I think Beckham Jr. Outshined Preston Parker.
I apologize, Chris Parker. I don't know who you are.
Larry Donnell, he had a decent game until
Okay.
he had 2 fumbles.
Ooh.
You are out of here.
That doesn't sit well with
Because
Coughlin.
square,
Yeah, Coughlin's probably going to sit him down. I also had Jarek McKinnon.
Okay.
Who?
Jarek McKinnon.
Yeah,
On
running
my
back
bench.
for a Minnesota Vikings, I
Yeah.
believe.
So Jarek looks like he's going to be taking over the starting role. Sorry
Who?
for Asiata.
Ah.
Asiata's going to take the.
That's right.
He's going to take a lesser
starting
role.
to lose touches. So definitely, McKinnon seems like the back that
Yeah.
you want to have if you are looking at any Minnesota Vikings.
Any
Yeah.
waiver wires? Absolutely.
So that's the one you definitely want to look at. Just my team is not performing. I traded my premier wide receiver Demarius to pick up a running back.
Mm-hmm.
Now my running back core is decent. I know Lashady McCoy was on a bye week last week, so
Was
he
on a bye.
didn't he didn't get to perform for
That
me,
hurt,
but
that hurt.
he looked good the week before. We're still trying to figure things out.
So
I think
you have McCoy, Ben Tate, Alfred Morris,
That was a nice
and
squad.
that McKinnon dude.
Yeah.
So who do you sit?
I sat McKinnon.
But no, but McCoy had
Yeah,
a bye, so you
Yeah.
didn't sit McKinnon.
I sat McKinnon on my bench.
Okay.
who had 17
So what are you gonna do for this upcoming week when you have all
Probably
4
trade.
guys?
I mean, it looks like I'm in a trading machine. I'm looking at certain teams that need running backs, as I know Fred Jackson and also C.J. Spiller was carted off during this week's game. So I know the Bills are looking for running back, and certain teams have both Fred Jackson. Some people like Bro himself have C.J. Spiller. So people are going to be looking for running backs right now. So I'm gonna see if I can trade off people. I need to just jumpstart my team. My team is 0-6.
7.
I'm the Raiders of our fantasy football league.
Because they suck.
Yeah, last week did happen.
It happened.
Speaking of waiver wire, we know we have a lot of injuries coming up. Is there anyone that you're looking
There's
at?
a lot of injuries.
I mean, okay, so first thing that we saw is Trey Mason is definitely someone to scoop up.
Absolutely.
There's been big running back by committee right now in St. Louis. Zach Stacy, who was like a big part of last season's kind of run game for them. He just hasn't really been panning out, and even though he's been starting, he's been getting less quality looks than some of the other players. Cunningham has been scoring a lot, but Trey Mason finally had a blowout week this week where he looked really quick, looked really assertive, and was getting yards, and I think he even scored touchdowns.
He scored against Seattle.
Yeah, against Seattle.
Yeah,
against Seattle.
I was gonna say against Seattle. Good
So-
running
The man
backs.
has dreads.
So I definitely, I mean, if he has dreads, then he's definitely worth at least a look.
Absolutely.
Waiver pick-up.
I think he's gonna probably be one of the hottest pickups this week. I think.
It's so hot right now.
Trey Mason, he did look really, really well. St. Louis, with all their trickery plays, beat the Seattle Seahawks. Trey Mason was one of those stars that looked really good coming out that game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know you picked up Ronnie Hillman.
I picked up Ronnie Hillman. I love my Broncos. I'm looking for a trade at the moment. I did have C.J. Spiller. I have Trent and Ahmad Bradshaw, and I just don't know who to start half the time. So it's kind of one of those things where I just want a solid second running back. I don't need a beast guy. I just want a guy that I can rely on, which I'm sure we all want. But anyway, so I have a ton of running backs I just don't know what to do with. I do have Andre Williams too. I picked him up before Rashad Jennings got hurt. Just randomly picked him up. But he might not pan out, so it's just one of those things where I don't know what to do with my running backs. So I did get Ronnie Hillman. Luckily, I had a high waiver wire, so I was able to scoop him up. He's going to do well. He's going to be fine. That offense spreads the defense so much that he's going to get his looks. They got to run the ball because they've just been outscoring people, so it's like, okay, run out the clock. But, all in all, I am suffering from a couple injuries. AJ Green, CJ Spiller, who did have a good, hot start in the beginning of the season, but now he's done. I know Nosha Moreno's hurt.
Yep.
So, there's just injuries that are happening across the board.
But you're still getting wins. So
I'm getting wins, but I mean, it's...
Donate one of those, please.
It's not, it's stressful to get the wins because there's so many questions that I'm just not lock in lineup. Okay, I'm happy.
So
I lock in lineup and
any targets for waiver wires, or is it more just trades for you?
I just want to trade just because he keeps getting them and I want one. I've never had a trade before.
2 trades,
But anyways,
0 wins.
As far as waiver wires for me, you guys already said Trey Mason. Miami defense is pretty beast.
Okay.
Yeah,
So. I was kind of looking at picking up them because I have Arizona, and Arizona's just they're 6-1, but they play a lot of tough teams, and I'm just not
necessarily shut down defense.
Exactly. So I'm just scared with them. So I'm just trying to look at addressing my defense, just a little bit more. Ruben Randall, if he's available, for the Giants, he gets a lot of targets. He may not get into end zone like
Beckham Jr.
Jr.
got
did,
2 touchdowns,
but Ruben Randall's a guy that you could probably pick up. Stevie Johnson has been getting a lot of looks in San Francisco, so he's another guy that if you need a wide receiver, if you have buys, he's a solid option to look at. And that one kid in Green Bay, Adams, he's he gets looks. He got a touchdown the way Aaron Rodgers. He trusts him. He likes him. Yeah. It's gonna be hard for him to go away from Randall Cobb and Nelson because they're so beast. But at the same time, if you need a flex, a third wide receiver, if you have buys, you have injuries, you know, he gets into the end zone. So that's, you know, that's something to look at. But yeah, I'm happy with my team.
Yeah, I mean, I know I just picked up Romo from a trade, but I'm actually looking at another quarterback because
Tony Slow-mo.
Romo's going to be going on a bye week pretty soon. So I have Kirk Cousins on the bench, which is not a good look right now.
He just lost his job?
He just lost his job. And I'm looking at another Ram, Austin Davis. He was looking really good. I think he had.
He's been impressive.
Yeah, he's been really good. He moves the ball really well.
He has Brian Quick.
Yeah, he has Brian Quick. Just a good quarterback. Maybe, you know, someone I can probably sneak with, not even probably wasting one of my waiver wires, but
Absolutely.
probably hoping, you know, the day after pick up Austin Davis. I don't think anyone's really looking for a quarterback right now, but if you are in need of a quarterback, Austin Davis is probably someone I would probably take a look at.
Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer, if he's still available.
Carson
Palmer's back. And
He's back.
playing, you know, healthy, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch him that much, but I remember because I had him at the start of the season, but he's having all that nerve damage and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a really scary thing
Absolutely.
to have to deal with. So I just went ahead and dropped him right away. But he came back and he played well. So
They're 6-1. They're leading that division.
and what the Niners are like 3-3.
Niners are 3-3.
Seahawks
Seattle
are
is
4-2. Or
no.
3-3.
Seattle's 3-3.
Because they lost to
They yeah.
to
The
San Diego.
People's team is 0-6.
0-7.
That happened. That happened.
Something happened.
Before these guys make up any more lies, I think that'll do it for this week. Like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to make fun of me.
Go Denver.
We'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.